Okay, so this quiz that I have for you today is called What Do You Call? And it is a quiz about the collective nouns of different animals. So, when you have a group of animals, you can name them, and that is called a collective noun. Hopefully, once we get started, you'll understand a little more. Now, some of these I think are quite common. Some I've chosen that are a little bit different, and some are super cute. So I think have a guess at any you are unsure of, because actually quite a lot of them are linked with the animal that they represent. So you could be right. Good luck, and I look forward to hearing some of the guesses that you make. Okay, so question one is, what do you call a group of lions? So it's a something of lions. It's not a group. What do you call a something of lions? That's question one. Okay, question two. What do you call a group of fish? So what do you call a group of fish? It's a something of fish. Now I think this one, hopefully lots of you will know. I'll give you a clue for this one. You're sitting in one. It's not a chair of fish. So what do you call a group of fish? Okay, so this one is, what do you call a group of butterflies? Now, this one I think is a little less common, but it has something to do with the way that butterflies move. So I would suggest having a guess at what do you think you might call a group of butterflies. What would be a really lovely name for a group of butterflies? Definitely have a guess at this, and you may well be correct. Okay, this next question is, what do you call a group of camels? Now, this answer is alliterative, which means that the word that I'm looking for also begins with the letter C. So it's a something of camels that begins with the letter C. This one I think is quite tricky, although I have heard of this one before, but it's a something of camels. What do you think it could be? Okay, so I'm hoping that we will all get this one correct. What do you call a group of cows? Now, they're not called a group. Have a think about what we call a group of cows when they are together. You think, oh, look over there, a of cows. So what do you call a group of cows? Okay, this next one is, what do you call a group of owls? Now, this one's quite an interesting one because it doesn't really make much sense with the way they move or what they do. A clue for you here is, it is, I think, a word on the Year 6 spelling list. So it is a word on the Year 6 spelling list. So have a little think about those words and think about a word that might fit in with what a group of owls might be called. Good luck with this one. This one's quite tricky. Okay, so this next one is, what do you call a group of wolves? So what do you call a group of wolves? Have a think. I think we should possibly know this one. I think we use this one a lot more than some of the others. So have a little think about what you would call a group of wolves. So this is one of my favourite animals, so I definitely had to include this within the quiz. And I'm asking you, what do you call a group of penguins? Now I'm going to give you a clue for this one. It is based on the way that they move. So have a think about the way that penguins move maybe, and see whether you can have a guess at what you think a group of penguins might be called. Okay, so the next question is, what do you call a group of wasps? So I think this is quite a common one that we've probably heard quite a lot of. So what do you call a group of wasps? Okay, and this one is, what do you call a group of crows? Now I really like this one because it sounds quite scary and horrible, and then you look at this cute picture of a crow and I can't see how they would call it this, but this is a great collective noun. And what is it that they call a group of crows? So now we are going to move on to our answers. So have a look back at all of the answers that you gave for each animal, and we are going to work through each one to figure out what the collective noun is for that group of animals. Good luck. So I think I started off with an easy one here for you. What do you call a group of lions? It is a pride of lions. I think that one I'm hoping lots of you got. It is a pride of lions. That is what we call a group of lions. So this next one was what you call a group of fish. Of course, it is a school of fish. I'm hoping that lots of you got that answer from the clue that I gave, and I'm hoping that not many of you said a classroom of fish or a chair of fish. It is, of course, a school of fish. So whilst I was researching this quiz, this was one of my absolute favourite answers. A group of butterflies is called a flutter of butterflies, because that is what butterflies do, isn't it? They flutter around, and I absolutely loved that this one was called a flutter of butterflies. Well done if you guessed this one correctly. I'll be very, very impressed if you got that one, because this is one that I even didn't know, but once I found it out, I absolutely loved it. So it is a flutter of butterflies. For some reason, this one really makes me laugh. It is a caravan of camels. So a group of camels is called a caravan of camels. And I said to you that it was alliterative, which means that it began with a C as well. So a caravan of camels. It's got that same sound at the beginning. And it is a caravan, which I just think is quite interesting, quite funny. In my head, I imagine then a camel being inside of a caravan, but I don't think it'd fit very well. I'm hoping that lots of us got this one. It is, of course, a herd of cows. You see a big group of cows in a field, you say that there is a herd of cows. This is one of the more common ones that we use, so I'm really hoping that we got this one correct. The answer to the owl question, what is the collective noun for owls? It is a parliament of owls. Which again I find quite interesting and quite funny. I really enjoy this one. A parliament of owls. Well done if you got this one correct, especially if you use my clue for it. So well done if you got that one. I'm hoping that this one was another easier one. We call a group of wolves a pack of wolves. Of course we do. So I'm really hoping that we got this one, as I think this is one that we use quite a lot. It is a pack of wolves. This is my absolute favourite one, and I think possibly one of the cutest ones that you'll find. It is a waddle of penguins. So a group of penguins is called a waddle of penguins. How amazing. And I can just imagine a whole waddle of penguins waddling over to different things. I think that's a brilliant word for a group of penguins. It is a waddle of penguins. Well done if you got this one, especially if you use my clue to help you. And an even more well done if you knew this one already. I don't think when I was researching this, I don't think I actually knew this one, but it is definitely one that I would have thought of for it, as it's just such a great collective noun. For this one, I'm hoping that you never have to deal with one of these. It is a swarm of wasps. A swarm of wasps. Again, I think this one's quite common. I think this is one that we use quite often. A swarm of wasps. So well done if you got this one. Now, this is the one that I said was quite dark, wasn't it? It's a murder of crows. And I can imagine maybe one crow on their own is not very scary, but I think a group of crows, a murder of crows, could actually be quite intimidating and quite scary. So maybe that's why they've chosen a murder of crows. I always remember this one and I think it's brilliant, but quite scary.